Hey, what's going on? This is Marcos. Today we'll be taking a look at three different matte boxes. These are sub $100 mini matte boxes. The first one is the Climber 95 from DF DigitalFoto. We have the Tilta, which has become very popular. This is the first one I ever bought. I think it cost me like $90. Right now you can get it for $80. Very small. And then we have the SmallRig that can actually hold bigger lenses, the 114 millimeter diameter. Much bigger, as you can see here. If you compare the sizes, it's like baby bear, mama bear, and big papa bear. And I guess we should start there. I would say that right off the bat, I just love the size of DF DigitalFoto better, just because it's not too big, it's not too small, right? And just full disclaimer, this was sent to me. These other two I bought with my own money, all right? So I'll try to be as transparent as possible as to what I like and what I don't like. So I guess we should start here. First of all, you can see here, what I don't like is this opening here on the DF DigitalFoto. I'm not sure why it doesn't cover the whole matte box. That's probably one of the first things I would change. Secondly, I don't like when they have logos. I know that the new SmallRig matte boxes I've seen, they put a huge logo on it. This one that I bought, a couple months ago didn't come with that. So I'm glad it doesn't have. I don't want to see any branding. Hey, this is Marcus from the future. I just realized that I could actually flip the eyebrow so the logo's on the inside. Let me flip this open. You can see here, there it is. All you have to do is take off these screws and just flip it, and you put it on this side, and now you don't have to look at a logo. So if you're buying this one or the SmallRig one, you can do that. You could possibly do that. So, I just want to let you know about that. Back to the video. But what bothers me more is this gap. You can see like dust might be able to crawl in there. So that's the first thing I would change. And then if we take it off the lens, you can see it comes with different the step down rings, so you can attach it to any lens. So as you see here, this is a Sigma 1835, very popular. Probably a lot of you guys have these lens. And then you just clamp it on. It has this clamp on mechanism. It's very easy to put on. And then to bring up the brow, you just loosen it here, bring it up, and then tighten it. Now, if we're gonna use, you're gonna use obviously not just for aesthetics because it looks cool. I use it to actually put filters on it. I have, you can put 4x4s or 4x5.65. Here I have some Nizi filters. I'm gonna show you how to put it on. Actually, this is my favorite matte box when it comes to putting on filters. Just loosen the knob up top, bring it in, and then tighten it, and then it's clamped on. Now, to take it off though, if you loosen the knob up top, it doesn't fly out. So what you need to do, what I would do is take it off the lens, loosen the knob, right? And then just boom. This matte box is actually the fastest way to get a filter on and off. So the other two matte boxes are a little harder, but the design overall, the same material, everything looks pretty robust. If it falls, I don't feel like it's gonna break. They're good enough. For being under $100, it's hard to complain. All right, moving on to the next one. Again, you take off the matte box, you loosen the knob, take it off, and then you actually gotta take off these rings. Now let's talk about rings, because the least favorite of the rings from all these three is actually from DF DigitalFoto. It has this primary ring that holds onto the matte box, but then you need step down rings. They are included. It's just more of a hassle to do that. What Tilta and SmallRig does differently is they have individual rings that attach to the specific lens of the thread size. So this one's made for the 77, this is for the 72, and this is for 82. You can also purchase additional rings, or what you can do is get step down rings if you need to go down lower than that. Like I said, this is the Climber 95, so it fits up to 95 millimeter threads. I have some 95 millimeter cinema lenses, which work great for that. If you have 114 millimeter cinema lenses, then you probably want to go with the SmallRig. This only holds up to, I believe this is 82. That's it. It won't go up to 95. So Oh, yeah. And then, so this one, 3 individual rings. I'm gonna pick out the 72 because the Sigma H35 is a 72. Just thread it on here, right? And then the knob to tighten it. Loosen the knob, tighten it. And then if we wanna put on the filter, just gotta slide it in. And this gets looser over time. The more you use it, it's easier to slide it in. When I first bought it, it was like I had to push in really hard, but I just found it gets simpler over time. As you pull a knob back here, pull it out. Very easy now. There's not much to say. It's just a nice little matte box that I've recommended to a lot of friends. I've used it a lot. I just wish it was a little bigger, so add a little bit more, I guess, bulk to the camera setup. But it's really hard to complain about this one. Again, for $80, not a bad purchase. Okay, let me take it off. Let's move on to the SmallRig matte box, which is it's priced at $100. It's pretty good given the size. Look at that. The difference with this one is that it has 2 trays. You can fit in 2 different filters if you need to stack up. However, the reason I end up not taking this with me is because it's too big. It doesn't fit in my camera bag, so I end up just not using it, which is a big problem. Unless you have a dedicated bag for it, I just end up not using it. It has dedicated rings as well. It can go up to 114 mil. I bought an extra 95. I think you gotta purchase it in addition to the set. But let's find the 72 so we can connect it. It is 82, 77, 95. So here's a 72. So we're gonna thread this on. Oh, it's this way. All right, and we bring in, again, here's a knob to tighten it. You just bring it in, tighten it, loosen this knob, bring up the eyebrow, and there it is, a pretty nice big matte box. Again, I'm loving that they don't have the design. I know the new ones, they have the design, which I don't think is a good idea. So let's put on a filter. If we swing it around, there's this little knob you gotta, kind of tight. You bring it out. Now you bring in the filters. There's 2 trays. You loosen these knobs. Actually, let me swing this open just so I can see. And then you go through here, slide it in, and then tighten these 2 knobs. And then you close this. And there it is. You can see. I can fit another one, but most of the time I'm only using 1 filter at a time. I know maybe down the line I might need 2 filters, but for the type of work I do, usually it's just one, I only use one. I try not to stack up different filters or different ND filters. Yeah, so the design is great. They all have 1/4 inch threads up top. Except for the SmallRig doesn't have 3/8. These other ones have 3/8. All right, so the big question is, given all these different options, the price point really, it's about right around the same. Which one would I pick between SmallRig, DF DigitalFoto, or this one from Tilta, small one? Based on size, I would go with the DF DigitalFoto, just because it still fits in my bag, but it's a little heftier, it looks nicer, and it's just easier for me to put it in my bag. This one also fits perfectly. This one is just not gonna fit, so it's just too much of a hassle unless I bring the camera with me already built and it's strapped onto in my car on the passenger seat. That's the only way I could carry that, or just throw it somewhere. But then it's gonna get all banged up, which is not ideal. The only thing I would suggest to DF DigitalFoto is that they make this longer just so it covers the whole thing. That's the only thing that really bothers me, and take off the logo. That would be great. probably put my own sticker just to cover that up. Other than that, you know, all these are great. If you are in the market for a cheap matte box, you don't want to spend over $100, yeah, these will get you started. Now, if you're looking for more professional features, you're gonna have to drop a couple $100 for a professional matte box. I know I bought like matte boxes from Wooden Camera that cost about $400, and I end up regretting it because it doesn't quite do everything I wanted to do. Now that I'm looking at matte boxes, I'm looking at a one that costs $1,200, but it's hard to pull the trigger on those professional matte boxes. So, you know, if you're like me, sometimes you just have to do with budget-friendly matte boxes, and that's okay, you know? All right, if you have any questions or if you are interested in any of these products, there will be links in the description. Those are affiliated, it helps me out, and I really appreciate your support. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, that's it. Yeah, we're good.